Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Tally. I just have a quick video, a quick topic today for you all. Just something that I again want to enlighten you all about, or even maybe just remind you all about, because it was just something that came to me and enlightened me yesterday night. I was just driving around and it just came to me. And when these revelations come to me, it comes to me so heavy, and I don't take it for granted and I don't take it lightly, because what it means to me is my mind is operating on a productive level. Okay, I don't know if it's operating at its highest level. I hope not, because I trust and believe that there's so much more to go from this place. But I already know that I'm also on the right path. I'm on the right track to bigger, better, and greater things, because I'm aware of how productive my mind is, and how aware of different things, how cognizant it is of different things. I'm aware of I'm just aware. I'm aware, and I have a lot of clarity, and I'm very focused, as I already told you guys, and I'm always evaluating different things about myself and my behaviors, my actions. I'm always doing that, because if there's anything I need to change for the better, that's what I'm on right now. For me, it's all about the self-improvement. It's all about getting to the next level. It's all about doing what I need to do to see the results that I want to see in my life, And I also bless God for that, because I know that if there's an awakening and an awareness in my life that has happened and that is taking place, I know that it is because of God in my life that is occurring. So I just thank God for that. But what came to me last night was, I was just driving around, and I'm gonna tell you guys from where it started, the first initial thing. And what it is that, so I was thinking about how a couple weeks ago, or I think even last week, I only went to the gym twice, right? I only went to the gym twice, and how this week, I'm about to be on track to go to the gym 4 or 5 times this week, okay? And I already told you guys in a previous video that I don't really judge myself for, how many times I go to the gym. I'm not really like strict military style with it, because when I begin to understand myself, I know that I have some ebbs and flows about me that, I honor that about me, and me honoring it about me allows me to to stay steady and grounded, and it allows me to work at my best capacity. So I'm not gonna get overworked and overwhelmed and want to stop and quit. No, I just have a certain flow, that like a certain cadence. Like when you run a certain cadence, like when you're running a race, or let's say a marathon. I'm not supposed to go into all of this, but I'm just telling you why I don't judge myself for not going to the gym if I don't make it 5 days or 6 days a week. And the reason is the gym for me, it's not just like something I gotta go to because I got a certain goal that I gotta hit during this time. Even though I do have goals for the gym is some place that I'm trying to incorporate and having to be a permanent staple in my life for the rest of my life. So there's not really a big, like, there's not very a big rush and a lot of pressure for me to do this, because I don't plan on ever stop. I don't plan on ever not working out. I plan on working out for the rest of my life. So it's more like a marathon to me than a race. So if you're running a marathon, what do they say? You don't start out at your quickest pace. And when you're running, you're not sprinting all the time. Sometimes you do a little slower than your average. And then sometimes you do a little bit above average. That's usually towards the end of the race, because you've saved up that energy. But most of all, you run in a space where it's not too overwhelming for you. It's still work, but it's not too overwhelming. And that's the only way one will be able to go steady and to go steady and not burn out too quickly. So that's what I look at the gym as for me. But like I was telling you, but what I have to say is completely different than what I'm saying here. It's a completely different perspective. But this is what it was. I was thinking how I just went to the gym 2 days last week, and though I kind of felt a little bit guilty for it, it really just felt normal. And then I was thinking how this week I'm on track to go to be at the gym 4 or 5 days this week. And even though I'm much more happy, I'm happier about it, it still kind of feels normal. Yeah, I get bragging rights and I'm like, yeah, I got in the gym 4 or 5 days this week. Yeah. Yeah, I get bragging rights about it. But still at the end of the day, it's still, in a way, it just feels normal. And what that brought me to, what my thought process was, what the little light bulb that went off in my head is that as human beings, our the way our brain is set up, and you probably heard this before. I'm not going to use the exact scientific technical terms about this, but I'm just going to explain it as, in the terms that, I understand it. And what it is your mind is going to work its hardest to make you feel as comfortable as possible and make you feel content and normalize even things that are not supposed to be normalized. Even like when you go through a traumatic event, there's a reason why many times your mind, even though it's still affecting you, there's a reason why your mind, it goes, like, as time goes on, it doesn't feel as traumatic for you as the exact same day it happens. Some people they forget the details. Some people it doesn't feel as bad no more, and they have to be reminded, like, yo, that was something terrible that happened to you, and you need to realize that so you can start moving past it. It's not forgetting about it or acting like it didn't happen or acting like it's not that bad. That's not going to get you to move past it. So people have to be reminded, and so people have to come into agreement with them that this is a terrible thing that happened to you. And when I say come into agreement, you, like, let's say you go to talk to a friend that you trust, or like a therapist. The therapist is gonna, or your friend is gonna validate for you, like, yo, that's something terrible that's affecting you right now. So that's what your mind does, basically. Your mind tries to help you to cope, adapt, be the most comfortable, and normalize everything that happens to you. And I said all that to say that what came into my mind is you normalize everything that happens to you. In your life, everything you accept becomes your normal. In your life, everything that you accept becomes your normal. So for me, that meant if I was gonna be okay with going to the gym just 2 days a week, that would have been in my mind, that would have been okay with me, and my mind would have normalized it for me, and it would have been nothing for me. Even though going to the gym 2 days a week, that is not enough for me to hit the goals that I want to see and see the changes that I want to see in my life. It's not enough to bring me as close as I can to that. It's not enough. But my mind, regardless of it not being as beneficial as I would like it to be, my mind would have normalized that. Now, I go to the gym 4 or 5 times this week, or the other week I went to the gym 6 days a week. That is a perfect that is like the perfect interval for me to go to the gym 4 to 6 days a week. That's perfect for me. That's something that I could be proud of, and that's really the goal that I would really want to hit. Like on average, that's the goal, 4 to 6 days a week. And however, if I make that my normal and decide to do that, it's just gonna be my normal, and my brain is gonna normalize that, and that's gonna be my normal. So, the thing is, they both become normal to me, but one is actually good for me and helping me hit my goals and helping me see the changes I want to see in my life, and the one is just mediocre and not doing enough for me to see the changes I want to see in my life. So what does that tell me? That tells me that anything that you allow to happen, anything that you allow to go on, to occur in your life, your brain, whether it's good or bad, whether it's helping you, whether it's hurting you, your brain is gonna allow it to be your normal. If you accept it, it's good. Your brain is gonna allow it to be your normal. And that's, for me, it didn't only just go for the gym. It went for relationships. It went for friendships. It went for life. It went for my finances. It went for business. It went for school. It went for work. It's just every single goal in every single area that I have for my life. What I understood from that revelation that just came into my mind, what I understood for that is whatever I want to see happen, it's up to me. It's up to me to normalize it for me. If I end up normalizing the opposite, that's still on me. That's still on me. And if I end up making things that are not serving me, or making things that are not helpful to me, or making things that are dangerous to me, making things that are mediocre and not good enough for me, if I end up making those things my normal, then I'm just going to accept it as my life. I'm going to accept it as my normal, and my brain is going to make me settle and just be comfortable in that. There's rarely going to be a time where there's going to be an alert that goes off. And this is what many people are missing. They don't have an alert that goes up in their brain that says, danger, danger, you're settling, danger, you're getting too comfortable in a situation that is not normal, that shouldn't be normalized, that is toxic. You don't have that unless there's sometimes in life, a lot of times in life, and sometimes a lot of that goes over our heads, but we have things that come into our life that try to shake us and get us to open our eyes about things that we've been tolerating or settling for that we shouldn't. And a lot of us ignore it. Other ones of that, we see it, and then we just choose to continue to be comfortable and just normalize ourselves in that and not do anything about it. And other ones, we just choose not to do anything about it. Why? Because our brain wants us to stay at a point where we feel most comfortable. So no matter how deranged, no matter how toxic, no matter how hurtful, no matter how mediocre that thing may be, if we get to a point where we normalize it and we feel comfortable in it, our brain is going to accept that as normal, and we're just going to accept that for our lives and accept that for ourselves. So it made me want to look at different areas of my life, and that's what I'm trying to encourage someone out there to do. Look at different areas of your life and see, have I accepted something that's mediocre, that I would feel like I could be better at, that I deserve better? Have I accepted something that is detrimental to me, that is hurtful to me, that I deserve better? It's all about, really what it all boils down to is understanding that you deserve better. You deserve better. Like, I'm always going to go to relationships because that is my lane. I know some people don't even like the fact that I speak on relationships because I'm single, but that's ignorant people who don't understand that before you don't prepare. Come on. You don't prepare for war in the time of war. You prepare for war in a time of peace. So if I want to prepare myself for what I'm going to face when it comes time for me to build a relationship, there's certain knowledge that I have to have now. There's certain knowledge that I have the privilege of knowing now that many people never had the privilege of knowing, and we see how that worked out for them. Okay, I'm just saying. And then if I have the privilege of knowing this knowledge right now, why not share with other people? I feel like people literally feel some type of way because I'm telling people not to be treated less, not to accept abuse in a relationship. Like, because I'm single, I can't tell somebody not to accept that. Like, that's the reason why people go through what they go through, because people don't like knowledge and wisdom, And and a lot of people are going to reject knowledge and wisdom just because of the source that it comes from. And unfortunately, that's the life you choose to live. You normalize that. Come on now you choose to normalize that in your life, rejecting wisdom, rejecting knowledge because of the source. So that's the life you live. That's the life you normalize it. You're living in that. You think that's okay. You're missing out on a lot of opportunities to better yourself, but you don't know that because you're ignorant to that, and not ignorant as a something like, I'm like trying to be derogatory, but ignorant as you just don't know because you're missing out because of the way your mindset is, because the way you're set up. So you feel me? That's your issue. If you want to continue normalizing that, if you have normalized that, here is your sign. That's the alert that I'm talking about. You have this is the alert to say, am I rejecting knowledge and wisdom in an area that could help better my life? Ask yourself that. That's another thing for this video that just came up. But I applied that when I looked in relationships, and I see the state of relationships right now. And I'm going to tell you, when I saw people making light and glorifying, if you would, Carisha or Young Miami's relationship with Diddy, or even Christian and Blueface relationship, I'm telling you, my stomach, even thinking about that thing, my stomach turns. And I literally feel ill when I think about people glorifying these relationships and saying, oh, that's me too. That's what happens when you're in a relationship. Oh, that's normal. Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm crazy too. When I hear people glorifying that, I literally feel ill. And I feel ill because for me, that can never be anything that I glorify for my life. That could never be it, because in that category of my life, especially in that category of my life, I have chosen to desire more. I have chosen to bring up my standard and a high standard in that area. And why the reason I'm holding a high standard in that area, because I don't want to settle for that fake love, that toxic love that this world wants us to accept. I don't want to settle for that. I want the real thing. And anytime you want the real thing, anytime you want something authentic in your life, anytime you want something great in your life, anytime you want something that is good in your life, that is wholesome in your life, you're going to have a high standard. You're going to have to not settle. So that's the only reason why I choose not to settle. But when I see other people normalizing it, I'm like, this is where society is going. Like, society is going to, like, you guys, not even society, just you guys, people watching, younger women are going to see that, and they're going to begin to normalize it. And people are going to go out there thinking that it's okay to have these kind of relationships, to have relationships where it's okay that you're a gold digger, or to have relationships where it's okay that a man puts hands on you, or a man is always cheating on you, a man is never claiming you. Like, people are gonna normalize that, and it makes me feel ill, because I know that to speak on relationships is my lane. So I'm looking at what I'm up against, and I'm up against people who have normalized toxicity, who have normalized low standards, who have normalized self-hate, who have normalized not loving themselves enough. And it does make me feel ill when I think about it. And that's all I was trying to say with this. Okay. And it's even and it transferred over, and I was thinking about my finances and everything. Like, if so many people, even if we think about even the generations before us, they have normalized worrying about the bills. They have normalized always trying to figure out and living on a prayer. That's actual song, like how to pay your bills, stressing on how to pay the bills, never having enough money. They normalize everything always being too expensive for this. They have normalized not having the money to open up new doors and opportunities in their life. They have normalized working forever and never having enough money. Like, when it comes to finances, many of us, especially in the communities of color, we have normalized it as that's the way. Like that's normal. That's a normal financial status for us. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm never gonna normalize it. When it comes to my finances, I don't want to be broke another day in my life. I don't want to work forever and never have anything to show for it. I want to be lucrative. I want my finances to flourish. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to stress for the rest of my life, stressing on how to pay the bills, always worrying about things when it comes to money. Always worrying about if my car gonna break down, if you feel me, if my cell phone cracks and breaks, if I'm gonna be able to get another one. Like all these different financial holes that happens to people who, you know, we're out here in the struggle. We're trying to make it shake. We're trying to hustle, and we just don't have enough, living paycheck to paycheck. So if anything goes wrong, we don't know what we're gonna do. It's like we have normalized that lifestyle, and we live up into retirement like that. And then by the time we hit retirement, we don't got no money saved up. We don't got nothing to help us. And I was just looking at that, and I was like, yo, that's not a reality that I want to normalize for myself. If there's a way to get out of that, if you see that other people don't have to endure that kind of lifestyle of worry and lack, then why not want it for me? Why not look at myself and feel good about myself and feel like I deserve to live a worry-free lifestyle? I deserve to live a successful, overflow, financially free lifestyle. But the thing is, you gotta want it for you. This video is almost done, but what it really comes down to is you have to believe in yourself and really want it for you. If you don't want to normalize any of those things, you have to believe that you're worth it. You have to believe that you're worth a healthy relationship. You have to believe that you're worth being physically fit and living a healthy lifestyle. You have to believe that you're worth being financially free and buying back your time and being successful. And not only in health and relationships and finances. Think about other places in your lifestyle that you could apply this to, that you may be settling, that you may be normalizing mediocrity, that you may be normalizing toxicity or something that is hurtful. Think about those areas and ask yourself, can I be worth it? Not only if I'm worth it, like sometimes you don't feel like you're worth it, but ask yourself, can you be worth it? And if you feel like you're worth it, or if you never ask yourself this question, be like, why am I not worth it? Why am I not worth it? Why am I not worth looking in the mirror and loving what I see? Why am I not worth? And the thing is, you are, but you just have to believe it. Believe that you're worth it. Believe that you're worthy of more. Put it into your mind. And then when you can think from that place, then you're going to start to put one foot in front of the other and allow your actions to catch up with your belief. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys today. It was really deep how I was thinking about this, and I just wanted to share with y'all. But thank you guys so much. I'll see y'all later.